Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into another edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Caleb Brooks, and we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments and talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there joining us today, whether that be on 105.1 The Lake or Charter Channel 3, WOTM statewide across the state of Alabama, or Facebook Live. We appreciate all of you out there. Love to interact with you in some way today. Just dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. That's Sports with a Z. And comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. Auburn gets, I think does what they were supposed to do and beats Arkansas 51-10. Had a prediction from the booth on Friday, 51-10. Nailed it exactly. So congratulations to Brad in the booth. You don't win anything, but hey, you have our admiration.
Yeah,
so,
well, good guess.
Yeah. We'll talk about that game. We'll break down the numbers a little bit. Of course, again, Arkansas is just not a very good team. They don't do anything really well. And they're going to play Alabama next week. They're going to get beat really bad. And I'm not sure Arkansas will win an SEC game this year.
They tried everything too, from what I heard. I heard they tried every trick play to stay in it, and just
they ran the best fake punt ever. I don't know if you saw it, but it was so unbelievably bad. It was good. But we'll talk about that again. Love to get your comments. We'll talk about a lot of games in the SEC that happened this weekend. Some interesting ones, of course. Alabama takes down Tennessee, but may have been a costly win as Tua Tagovailoa has a high ankle sprain, has surgery on Sunday, the old tightrope, whatever that is. But they'll play Arkansas. Not going to miss. I mean, Mac Jones will be fine. They'll beat Arkansas as bad as they want to, but will he be ready to take on LSU in a couple of weeks? That's the question, I think, on everybody's mind. LSU doesn't look great against Mississippi State, but gets the job done.
No, Mississippi State's pretty bad too.
Mississippi State's very bad.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty bad.
Yeah.
And LSU only beat them, 36-7, and I watched a little bit of that one. Yeah, 30. And if Mississippi State could score at all, I mean, if they had any kind of offense, would have scored more points. And Moorhead, he spent all offseason telling us how he was going to play to his quarterback strength. He didn't do a good job of Fitzgerald. He's got a freshman that's basically a spitting image of Fitzgerald, and they're doing the exact same thing on offense they did a year ago.
That's just true. So. But I will say that he I think, at least did something right and started Schrader instead of Tommy Stevens. He finally said, look, we don't really have a choice in the matter here. We got to start the best guy. And Mississippi State's just really not that good. Again, we'll talk about these games. We'll talk about whatever you'd like to talk about today.
Jerry wants to know, Jerry said, I know this is Auburn Blitz, but shouldn't there be concern with Tua's health from here on out? Seems pretty injury prone. I mean, you can say that, but here's the thing. Now, the knee injury, when that happened against Arkansas, I don't really recall how that happened. But the ankle thing has just been kind of a freak deal. I mean, it's just kind of gotten caught in the wrong spot. Against Georgia, it was caught in the wrong, he just got tackled and it got folded. And then the other night, he's running away and the guy dives and his ankle just happens to turn the opposite way that it should have. And so, I mean, he's gotten hurt and that's something to be worried about. I saw somebody else made a comment and was like, well, maybe Alabama should have just stuck with Jalen. He doesn't get hurt as much. Jalen had the same injury a year ago. He missed the LSU game. He missed the Mississippi State game. Mac Jones had to come in against Mississippi State because Jalen was out. So, I mean, injuries are just part of the game, and sometimes it happens to your starting quarterback,
That's true. I mean, I don't – but is there concern moving forward, or what's the level of concern moving forward?
I mean, I was concerned before he ever got hurt. that, you don't want him to get hurt. So, I mean, I'm not concerned with it. He came back off the same surgery on the opposite ankle and threw 24-27 for 320 yards in the playoff game a year ago. So, I mean, had an extra week than he'll have this time to recover. But, the thing that's going to be concerning is the fact that Jalen had this surgery, and if you watched him run before the LSU game a year ago, wasn't able to even do anything. And then the next week was pretty much the same way, and that would be the time frame for Tua to be playing this year would be when the Mississippi State game, and Jalen wasn't ready to come in and mop-up duty for that game. So that does kind of concern you a little bit on can he even get back.
Those are good questions. We'll dive into that a little bit, again, a little bit later in the show. We're brought to you, as always, by Russell Do-It Center with 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply needs, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center. Alexander City, Auburn, Clanton, Dadeville, Eclectic, Harpersville, Prattville, Roanoke, and Wetumpka, a brand new facility opening there in Auburn across from Publix on Suge Jordan. Been open now for a couple of months. Just a beautiful place. Go and check them out if you have an opportunity in the Auburn area. Also, Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, with all your mortgage needs. Maybe it's your first mortgage. Maybe it's a reverse mortgage or all points in between. Interest rates are really, really good right now and could possibly even go lower as time goes on this year. Now is that time to refinance, and you need to sit down with the Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro and have a serious conversation today. They could be saving people thousands of dollars each and every day. 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro. 256-397-0248. Did
you get my text earlier?
I did. Apparently, Mark Richt, former, obviously, Georgia and Miami head coach, has a heart attack this morning.
Yeah.
He's
to be okay.
Early 60s, late 50s?
Yeah, he ain't super old.
He's not. Well, I don't think he's super old. No.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, for him to have, and he doesn't look like he would have a heart attack either.
And he's out of the business. I mean, he's retired, basically.
So,
but
maybe that's what's driving him crazy.
You never know about those kind of things. Health can be an interesting. But, and I will say this, Mark Richt has always been a very spiritual guy. And I thought the tweet was as matter of fact as any I have ever seen in some situation like that. He said, it's true. I had a heart attack this morning. I'm okay.
Plan to be at work later
He
this
said,
week.
you know what? I'm going to heaven, so everything's going to be okay. But and I plan to be at work later this week. So he said, I'm going to miss my wife. That's about it. But that sounds exactly like Mark Richt. And he's the guy that seems to live everything that he actually preaches. So I'm glad to hear that he's okay. I always like Mark Richt. I think he's a good guy and good for has always been good for the SEC when he was there.
What was that movie that he played in? The football movie about the church team? I can't remember.
I don't remember. That sounds familiar.
I know, and I like that movie a lot too. It's the one with the church made it in Georgia.
Was it the? Let's see. I had it and I lost it. Something about the.
No, it's the one where he makes the kid bear crawl 100 yards.
Okay.
If somebody that's listening knows what movie I'm talking about, please comment and tell me, because I cannot think of the name of this movie and it will drive me crazy. But he did a good job in that movie too. No, I wouldn't remember the Titans.
No, not that. But I mean, I know it wasn't remember the Titans, but I mean it was. Something about Champions or Titans or something. But there were a couple of those movies, weren't there? So
but that was only like football-based, or sports-based movie, I guess. But
all right, anyway, I'm sure somebody will help us out with that. I appreciate it. Facing the Giants. That's the one.
There we go.
See, I had it, Giants, Titans, something. Yeah. There was something about it. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about this Arkansas game. Caleb said he saw exactly 0 minutes of the game. You did see that Auburn obviously won the game going away.
I did see Bo Nix hit 2 big passes in a row, though.
Bo Nix had it.
2 in 22 seconds, was it? 2
yeah, I mean, the defense did exactly what we thought they were going to. The Auburn defense just suffocated Arkansas, and that put Arkansas in a bind. Auburn was up 17-0 before you even turned around.
I kind of hate it for the Rakeem Boyd kid that he is at Arkansas, because I think he's actually pretty good at running back. You know, he was at Texas A&M and then went and was on Last Chance U and then went to Arkansas, and he seemed like a good kid.
I did not know that. He was on the Last Chance U.
Yeah, he seemed like a good kid on Last Chance U, and you know, he ended up crying on there because he talked about the pressure he was facing to live up for his family. You know, he felt like because his family's pretty poor and stuff, and he felt like he's the way to help his family out, and he cried on the set talking about it and stuff, talking about just how he felt all this pressure on him to deliver for everybody. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good moment, I thought, in the show. But yeah, I feel bad for him because he's just playing for a terrible team. I think he's actually okay at running back. Yeah,
I think he's got some capability. I've always thought that Devra Whaley was not bad.
Yeah.
But again, the offensive line is not very good, and they just don't really do anything really good.
And you know, you would have thought with Bielema when he was there that would have been their strength, was the offensive line, and never was.
Yeah, that's true. They
and
said
really
they were going to be physical.
He left Chad Morris and nothing.
They said they were going to run the football. That was going to be their MO. And they just never were.
Yeah.
They ended up running the ball, 45 times a game.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the only way they could be
out of the eye.
Though.
They were throwing 50 passes a game out of the eye.
Ben Hicks, until they get a major quarterback, they're just not going to be very
What if
good.
Kelly Bryant had gone to Arkansas? How different would they be?
Apparently not very much, considering how bad Missouri is. So I'm not really sure that
He was hurt going into that game on Saturday too, though.
It doesn't really matter.
I mean, it doesn't, but still.
If he had one leg, it might matter.
Maybe Vanderbilt was just looking ahead last week.
Maybe no, they were not.
Did you know they're the first team since 1991 to be a 20-plus point favorite and lose, and then the next week be a 20-point underdog and win?
Only Missouri. Up against a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Score big with these deals at Bice Motors in Alex City. Up to 27% off on select 2019 Ram trucks. During Jeep Adventure Days, lease a new 2019 Jeep Compass Latitude for $209 a month. Save over $8,000 on a new 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude.
We guarantee the lowest price, and we'll pay you the difference in price twice.
Make your scoring drive to Bice Motors in Alex City.
Lake Martin Building Supply, located on Dayville Road in Alexander City. Owners Tiffany and Michael Huff believe in constantly improving their inventory for you. From deer corn, feeders, to Valspar paint, to top quality lumber and RV section, Lake Martin Building Supply welcomes each customer that comes through the door with a warm hello and a pleasant goodbye, and a come back to see us real soon. That's Lake Martin Building Supply, Dayville Road. Call today, 256-234-5500.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Hillbilly Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, for your family at Hillbilly Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
Alex City Marines, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, and the Yerkes invite you by to see what they have available today. The 2020 Manitous and Landaus are in, and boy, are they gorgeous. Also, some great deals on demos. Take advantage of that while they last. Alex City Marine also is doing shrink wrapping, storage. Get in line now. In fact, call this number, 256-215-FISH. Alex City Marine, Alex City.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Caleb here with you for about 45 more minutes in today's show. Bo Nix has a very efficient game, 12-17. Doesn't throw for a lot of yards, but has 4 touchdowns, 3 passing,
What is 8 of 8
1
in the
rushing.
second half?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he played pretty well. He kind of bounced back a little bit, and feel a little bit better about that. Now going into obviously going into LSU, it's going to be a different animal. He'll be on the road again. It'll be 2:30 game. It'll be a very hostile environment. We'll see if Auburn has made any progress from the game against Florida. Ran the ball very well. The question was, how was Auburn going to replace Boobie Whitlow? Cam Martin had 84 yards. Now about 60 of that was on 1 carry. Maybe 50 of that was on 1 carry. Harold Joyner looked really good in the second half. You begin to wonder, why, what the deal is with him. He clearly is one of the better physically running backs on the roster. Why is he the 4th guy coming out off the bench? It's a great question.
It's almost like Gus has a problem with trusting freshmen, and
I get the impression, and I've heard from people, that he fumbles in practice.
okay.
But if that's the case, then okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I can see that, but I mean, you're just so much better than what you have. DJ Williams, 11 carries, 48 yards. Anthony Schwartz got the ball 8 times, carried it twice, had 6 receptions. That was another carrying over from the last week. We couldn't get him the ball. That was a point of emphasis. Seth Williams continues to be Auburn's best receiver, most explosive for that matter. But anyway, the Auburn defense played extremely well. Didn't give up hardly anything. 52 yards rushing, and pretty much just pretty much stymied Arkansas.
Was it concerning at all that you come out and you score 14 quick, and then you're sitting at 17-3 at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, the second quarter was disappointing. Auburn had another 4th and 1 and didn't get it. Joey Gatewood's in the game. And Auburn runs on 4th and 1. Auburn tries to pull a guard. I mean, look, there are 2 reasons you do that, and neither one of them's good. Yeah. Either number 1, it was a terrible play design, or number 2, you have no faith whatsoever that you can move a defensive line at all.
Yeah.
And you try to get an angle or something to create a hole. So you try to pull a guard on 4th and 1 with Joey Gatewood in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and we have a guy unblocked, and he come in and upends him. And
that's frustrating because it was 2 4th down, or 2 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts against Florida. You don't get
5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
3rd and 3 or less.
Okay, and then
4 or 5.
Now you have 4th and 1 against Arkansas.
And we had, I think, another 3rd and 1 or 2, and we didn't get in this game. That's the biggest problem.
I think
that's
at
one of the
some
biggest
point,
concerns
though,
for me.
like maybe in an Ole Miss game in a couple of weeks or something like that, when you get up, you're going to have to put Gatewood in those same packages, but throw the ball out of it. You're going to have to show people you can throw out of it.
We're going to have to do something. And that's concerning. If Auburn could straighten that out and could start converting on these 3rd and shorts, the offense would be a lot better off. It'd be a lot better, a lot more in rhythm as well. Jerry says Auburn is number 24th in basketball AP poll. Number 1, Michigan State. Kentucky's number 2. Florida's number 6. LSU's number 22. Auburn is number 24. So top 25 ranking to start things off. Hey, I think we'll all take that.
I know that Alabama did a little scrimmage against Jacksonville State yesterday, and they won. Did Auburn do something similar?
I don't know about that. I
know they're doing another one against Georgia Tech this Sunday. It's like a little charity thing, but I mean, I don't see what's the rules on that. Do you know at all on how they're able to do that? How they're able to do 2 of them, and then it used to be supposed to be a secret scrimmage, and
nobody's really have
saying
stats
secret anymore.
Supposedly or something.
I saw a really nice stat sheet yesterday. So
did it look good?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like it looked like a normal game stat sheet, like it had all the stats on it and stuff.
Who'd they play?
Jacksonville State, who ain't a bad mid-major team. You know, they're a team that made the tournament a year ago, and they're favored to win the OVC in the preseason. So, and it's also, you know, they beat Alabama by like 30 a year ago in a scrimmage. So that was one of the things Oates said. He's like, we're going to bring in the same team that whooped Alabama a year ago. We'll see if they have some pride. So
yeah, well, that's always good.
I thought Auburn's tip-off at Timber's thing was nice. I walked by it. I thought it was really, really cool.
What time of day was that?
That was at night.
I mean, you went to the whole. I mean, what it was going on?
I didn't go to the whole thing. No, I walked around. I was going to that new southeastern place that they built. It's like in between Sky Bar and then where like Moe's and all that is. And I was just going there when I walked by. But I mean, it looked like a good crowd. It looked like a good event. You know, I'm glad it didn't rain on people because that would have sucked for them to set it up and it get rained on. And
turned out to be a very beautiful day. A little cool, but it was.
And it's a cool thing to have. And there's a lot of excitement around that program right now. I think there's a lot of question marks also going into the season as well, though, just because you lost a lot of quality players from a season ago.
Oh, yeah. You lose as much as they did, especially off that team. But it's a very interesting roster in that Auburn's got a lot of seniors. They also got a lot of freshmen.
Yeah, there's not
and
much
they got
in between.
like 4 or 5 sophomores. Mm-hmm. No juniors on the team. So going to be very interesting. It's an interesting mix. How will that chemistry work out?
And figuring out your scores now, too, is going to be, because, you know, you had 2 guys that you really could rely on for the last 2 years to score, and now just kind of figuring that out and figuring out who you're going to be able to rely on.
Well, how much are you going to get out of D'Angelo Purifoy and Samir Dowdy? Those are the 2 guys that are going to have to.
And how much better does Purifoy get? Because I thought he got a lot better as the season went on, you know, a year ago. And so how much does he improve is going to be something to really watch here early in the season, I think, for Auburn.
No doubt. We'll get a couple of these comments and then we'll go to break. It'll continue to bother him the entire season, talking about the injury to us, as Seth. And that's if he doesn't get re-injured, and I don't see him being able to escape the LSU, Auburn, or Ohio State rushes. Facing the Giants, we have Auburn defensive end Marlon Davidson has been named SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week for a 3rd time this season after totaling 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in the Arkansas game. He really had a great game.
He benefits from Derek Brown being so good. Not trying to take anything away from him, but when you've got to pay so much attention, it's kind of like you look at Clay Matthews in the NFL. He's benefiting from Aaron Donald being on the other side of him. He's been able to get a bunch of sacks because you got to have 3 guys blocking him.
This is true. Up against the break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after these messages.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6666. 6758. Go straight to the source. Sign Source.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan Hare.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Kaylin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Caleb here with you for about 30 more minutes in today's show. Jeffrey brings up a great point. I think we need to throw more wide receiver screens on 3rd and short, keep the extra DBs from immediately attacking the mesh point and get them off the line of scrimmage. Maybe even put Wilson and Schenker out there to catch the screen and get the 1 or 2 yards. That's another instance of at this point, we're halfway through the season. This has been a problem all year.
Yeah.
It's time to reevaluate how we're going to attack these kind of if we can't back up or if we can't get 10 people out of the box,
When's
9 or
Auburn's
10
other
people
bye
out of the
week?
box. Huh?
When's Auburn's other bye week?
It's
The
after
9th?
Ole Miss.
So the 9th.
They'll go to
Okay.
LSU. They'll come home, play Ole Miss. They'll take a bye.
And
they'll
then
get Georgia.
Who's the crap team that they play?
Sanford.
Okay. Well, no disrespect to Sanford.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
Give them some respect.
Well, look, I mean, you've basically got this game right here that, if you win it, to me, you're setting yourself up to be playing for the West.
It's the
at
first
home.
playoff game.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
now
so.
it's a lot more, obviously, it's critical for Auburn.
Yeah.
LSU could lose this game and still be
I think it's big for
feasible
LSU too,
for them
though,
to win.
because if
Oh,
you,
it is. But I'm
because
just
you
saying
lose
it's
this
more
one,
so for
you
Auburn.
lose a lot of momentum going into your bye week, and then you got to go to Tuscaloosa. You lose that game, you're out basically.
Sure.
So I think it's huge for LSU also, but it's bigger for Auburn because a loss puts them.
You're just playing
out of
for
the
a
picture.
bowl game. I mean,
Yeah.
at that point. So, yeah, I mean, Georgia and Florida in a couple of weeks, that's a playoff game.
Right now,
the loser of that one's out.
How do you not favor Florida in that one? right now?
You're exact. I mean, somebody asked me that today. I said I'll take Florida right now. It may change, but right now I'm taking Florida.
I don't see it.
Georgia just
we ain't going to have a chance to see them to change it. So, they got to bye this week and they play. So, I know right now when I look at both of them, Florida does struggle running the football a little bit, but they're at least moving the ball. They're at least scoring and moving the ball. Georgia's struggling just to move the ball in general. And then you got Florida's big front. And then I think we're going to see a lot in the Georgia-Florida game that's going to tell us about how the Georgia and Auburn game is going to go. Because I think Auburn and Florida are very similar defensively. So
they are. I think Auburn's run defense a little bit better.
Yeah,
Florida's defense a little bit better getting after the quarterback. Auburn can disrupt, but they don't quite have that edge rusher.
Randy Joe Hendon wants to know, how does Auburn's offensive line match up with LSU's defense? LSU's not great defensively. I mean, I think that's a fact. You can look at it. They gave up.
Think about how much they gave up to Vandy.
Yeah. And then they gave up 38 to Texas. You gave up 38 to Vandy team that only scored 6 on Ole Miss. You gave up 14 real early to Georgia Southern, or whoever. It may not have been Georgia Southern they played. It was the third game of the year.
Texas gave up 48 to Kansas, by the way.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying I'm still not 100% sold on LSU's offense either, because go look at the only defense any good they've played is Florida, and they got them with 2 defensive linemen out, and the week after they got pretty beat up against Auburn, and still had them 28-21 in the game at Baton Rouge. So we're going to find out about LSU this week, I think. I think we're going to find out a lot more about LSU than we're going to find out about Auburn. I think that we've kind of seen Auburn get tested so far. Going to A&M on the road, that was a test. Oregon, that was a test. I think we're starting to see their defense pretty good. They got 35 to Washington, but 5 games before that had not given up more than 7 points.
Yeah.
So
I think Auburn's offensive line holds their own against LSU's defensive line. LSU's got athletes. Obviously, they'll be able to make some plays, but they're not going to overwhelm Auburn's. Auburn's offensive line is good enough to pretty much, I think, stalemate LSU.
Yeah.
The problem the biggest thing is, what kind of game plan is Auburn going to come in?
Well, and I think that the game plan LSU is going to have on defense is make Bo Nix throw the football. I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see them make Gus Malzahn have to throw the football, and if Bo Nix can do it, Auburn's going to score points and have a good shot to win the game. And if he can't, then it's going to be tough sledding, because I think you're going to see LSU put 7-8 in the box pretty much every play early in the game and make Auburn make the decision. We're going to have to get the ball downfield if we want to be able to advance it.
Can Auburn's defense hold LSU's offense under 30 points? That's the question for me.
I think that's a good number.
If they could hold them to 24, 27, something like 28, I think Auburn will have a chance. I don't know if we can score 31 points against them on the road in that kind of environment, but I think that's what it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
If Auburn's going to win that game, I think they're going to have to score 30 points.
Oh, I think if Auburn's going to win, it's going to be a 31-27, 34-28, something like that type of game, where you're able to run the football and Bo Nix can hit 1 or 2 maybe deep touchdown passes to Seth Williams or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Auburn's going to come back. I mean, if they can't run the ball effectively, then their passing game's got no chance. They're going to have to run the ball to some degree with some effectiveness, and that's the only way to open up the pass, because it seems like whenever Auburn is one-dimensional, the passing game is just non-existent.
Yeah.
So, again, I go back to what kind of plan will Auburn have coming into that game? How will they execute it on the road in that kind of noise? That was a problem against Florida. Have we figured that out? And quite frankly, it'll come down to Bo Nix, because I love the guy, and I think he's going to be great, but this is just the truth of the matter. When he's been bad, Auburn really don't have much chance.
Yeah.
And so he's going to have to be a lot better than he was against Florida, and I think he can be, but we'll see. Kind of bouncing around, Nick Coe is a guy that kind of emerged on the scene last year, had a really good year. All of a sudden, I don't know, something's going on with him. He did not start versus Arkansas. He not planning to start next week against LSU, at least not right now. Quote, he's going to have to do better off the field and on the field, so we'll see how that works this week, according to Gus Malzahn. His numbers have not been good at all this year. He's been very unproductive. Malzahn wouldn't commit whether he will play versus LSU. Yeah, You got to have a good week, Malzahn said. He's got to show up and have a good week on the field and off the field, whatever that means. I think he's too talented to be a...
I think it's code word for he was suspended for this whole game, and we'll see how he handles next week, and if he does what we ask him to do, then he'll play.
Yeah.
That's what I take
Is he
it as.
cleaning out stalls at the horse place? I don't know. That seems to be how we do things, but I don't know. But Nick Coe, again, he's too talented of a guy to be a waste. I hate that.
To me, and I mean,
about 10 seconds.
I hate to I hate to say this about a guy when not knowing him, but it just kind of seems like he maybe read his press clippings this offseason because he just hadn't looked like the same player. Maybe he's been injured. I mean, who knows? But
yeah, we're up against a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll continue these discussions. More to come right after this.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota. We'd like to announce our new lifetime warranty on any new Toyota.
Hashtag lifetime warranty.
Hashtag we love our customers.
It can be used nationwide at no additional cost.
Hashtag customer service.
So come on by and let us show you
the Vaden way.
Hashtag maintenance matters.
Hashtag totally awesome.
Vaden Toyota of Sylacauga, just a short drive from home or online.
Hashtag your neighborhood dealership.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Kaylin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kia of Auburn. Kia of Auburn on South College. New Kias at 0% APR financing and no payments for 90 days. Kia of Auburn. Kia of Auburn. Kia
This is Coach Pat Dye. And at Kia of Auburn, you are always number one.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Caleb here with you for about 20 more minutes in today's show. Talking about what happened in the SEC, as we mentioned. Mississippi State hosts LSU, 36-13. LSU takes down. But this game, again, LSU's offense for the first time this year, they were not great. Joe Burrow still had a great game. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 327 yards. But could not run. LSU could not run the ball very well. They didn't really try. They're kind of like Alabama now. They don't really try to run the ball that much.
No, and I actually think Edwards-Helaire is not that bad.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's quicker than you would think.
Mhm.
He's kind of like a bowling ball, though.
He reminds me of that guy at Mississippi State when Prescott was there that they had. That little running back was just like probably 5'7", 220 pounds, and just bounced off people and rolled off of them.
What was that kid's name?
I can't remember his name.
They
literally called him the bowling ball.
Yeah,
though.
he was. Florida takes down South Carolina in a deluge, 38-27. Kyle Trask, again, another good game, 4 touchdowns. Does have 1 pick, but this game was tight for a while. A
Do you
clear
think South
pick
Carolina's
play.
showing they're maybe not as bad though?
I'm very impressed with what they've done this year, even with the record that they've got. I think that Will.
If they don't lose to North Carolina, you're thinking way different.
Sure.
About this team. That's
Yeah.
Considering who
And
they've
if
lost to.
Helinski's healthy, if Helinski starts the season, I don't think they lose to North Carolina.
Yeah.
I hate to say that about
Bentley,
but it's kind of the truth now. He's destined for the portal, isn't he?
Nobody's really, I think so. Nobody's talking about the quarterback depth that Muschamp built at South Carolina, though. That's 3 Elite 11 guys that he had on the roster going into this year.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Kentucky and Georgia, again, another rain-soaked afternoon there in Athens.
God, Kentucky had 17 passing yards?
Yeah, and Georgia had 35.
Ooh.
There's more. I think Brett said he's seen more passing yards in a 1A championship game. This was just obviously, again, the weather had a lot to do with it, but
it did. But
neither team could do anything with the ball really. Bowden for Kentucky continues to run the ball well.
Yeah.
But Jake Fromm, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 35 yards passing.
He's Greg McElroy. That's what Jake Fromm is. That's what he is at quarterback. He's Greg McElroy at quarterback.
Yeah. If Georgia can't run the ball, they're in trouble.
No, they're in trouble, especially when they got to face Florida and they got to face Auburn, and if they can get to either LSU or Auburn or Alabama again in the SEC championship.
Now they may turn it on here late, but they just don't seem to be trending in a good direction.
No, they don't.
I'll just say that. Mizzou, I thought maybe just when you feel like they have circled the wagons and they're on the right path, you get this. They go to Nashville and lose to Vandy 21-14.
It's one of those tough situations where you watch a team the week before look so bad, like Vanderbilt did, and then you're sitting there getting told, hey, you're top 25 now. You're pretty good. And you just kind of walk through the week thinking you're going to show up in Nashville and win.
New quarterback in Nashville.
Yeah.
Mo Hassan.
Yeah, Hassan. I kind of like the name. But, Derek Mason being fired up after the game was cool.
What did you think about that? Did you see his tirade?
I kind of liked it. It's like he said, there's a lot of people that want this job, but not everybody's built for it.
He said they think they want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Do you think he's the perfect guy for Nashville?
I don't know about perfect guy, but who are you getting better than him right now? He's actually won some games. He's making you competitive at times against some team. Look, you're Vanderbilt. You're not going to compete for the SEC East. It's just not happening unless a miracle year happens or you end up, luckily, with a Cam Newton at quarterback. Somebody that can just be that big of a difference maker.
And Newton ain't going to Vandy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, maybe you end up with some kind of Johnny Manziel player that just was under the radar in high school, and that's how you win eventually. But it's just hard to win at Vanderbilt. It's just not going to happen.
Boy, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I don't even know what to make of Mizzou. I really don't. I think Barry Odin, again, every time I think Barry Odin's, maybe he knows what he's doing, and then they come out and have a game like this. It baffles me.
No, I mean, I want Missouri to be okay because, we brought them over, and then they make it the first 2 years, the SEC championship.
Now, you know what will happen now? The NCAA will rule in their favor. They could go to Atlanta after they lose to Vandy.
That's what's going to happen.
Texas A&M on the road at Ole Miss. The Rebs gave them all they wanted and more. But
Ole Miss, the team is getting better too.
They are getting better. Telling you, man, that Plumlee, and then now they've got a 2-quarterback system.
Yeah.
They run the ball with Plumlee and they throw the ball with Corral.
It's not bad.
It worked fairly well in this game.
400 yards of offense. That's another. This game's opposite from A&M and Auburn, where A&M was outgained by 100, or outgained Auburn by 101. They get outgained by 100 against Ole Miss and find a way to win this one on the road.
Yeah. So. Texas A&M is just not. They're just not real good.
No.
Again, they're better. They're better than Arkansas. Don't get me wrong.
Initially, I was worried about Jimbo being there. I'm not anymore. I'm not worried about Jimbo.
If he gets a 5-star big-time quarterback.
It would take him getting a guy like who Clemson landed, the Hawaiian, or Bryce Young, that just, it would take him getting a guy of a 5-star dual threat caliber that was like Jameis Winston. And that's the only time he's ever been any good.
Tennessee goes on the road to Alabama 35-13. We all know kind of what happened. We broke this down a little bit. Were you ever really concerned during the game?
Yeah, it was 21-13. Then it was 28-13. They're on the
What do you
1
think
yard
about the penalty? That I think it was at 21-13. Tennessee had a 3-and-out. It was going to, and then you have
It was a trash penalty.
It was a what?
It was a trash penalty. It wasn't a good call.
Well, look, it was not a personal foul, but it was an unsportsmanlike to me.
Yeah, I think he said the wrong thing. I think you could have said unsportsmanlike conduct because he laid on top of him.
That's what it is.
And then he put, but to me, it was a weak call.
If Alabama goes 3-and-out there, that game gets really interesting.
Oh, I think so too.
But then of course you have the.
But and then Mac Jones. A lot of people
settled down a little bit.
Well, and I thought actually,
give him a week of practice. He's gonna be a lot
better.
That
and Major Tennison dropped the ball that he should have called that way. And then Najee dropped one that probably would have been a touchdown over the middle of the field when he's getting hit on a blitz. So, I'm interested to see what he'll look like with a week of preparation and getting the first team reps. And it's Arkansas.
Up against the break. One final segment right after this.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Briarwood Lions versus the Fairfield Tigers. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of the AHSAA Super 7 live from Jordan Hare.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security. Let's talk soon.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Kaylin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz. On this Monday, Andy and Caleb here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock. The top 25 gets some shake-up. Auburn moves to number 9, leapfrogging Georgia. It seems like voters right now are a lot more apt to make decisions like this.
I had a buddy arguing with me about, he goes, why is Notre Dame ranked ahead of Georgia? And I said, well, number one, Georgia's loss is way worse than Notre Dame's loss. A home loss to a below 500 team compared to a road loss where you had a chance to win it at the end of the game.
But admittedly, you say South Carolina's a lot better than their record.
That's okay. Georgia lost to them at home. Notre Dame lost to Georgia on the road. And then when you've watched those two teams since they played that night, who has looked better to you as a football team? I'd have to say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame ain't exactly looked great.
They've looked better than Georgia. Hadn't lost, beat USC, beat Virginia, who's turned out to be a pretty good win for them over Virginia the week after Georgia. So, I just know when I watch them right now, I'd say if they played again today, Notre Dame would beat them.
Yeah.
I think. So,
Wisconsin had an opportunity to continue on. They were number 6. And
it's just typical from the Big Ten.
30-point favorite, I believe, in this game over Illinois. Lovie Smith apparently doubling his Santa Claus. I don't know if you saw his beard. No. Big white beard on Lovie these days. But get the biggest win they've had in his team.
Long
there.
Time. Yeah. I remember when Juice Williams was playing quarterback there, they were pretty good at that time.
They won 10 games,
yeah.
I think.
I liked playing with them on a video game back then.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's how I knew about them.
Let's see. Not a whole lot. Oklahoma rolls. Ohio State continues to play well.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, Manny Diaz. Come on, man.
Oh, what happened? I didn't.
No, they got beat by Georgia Tech.
Oh, wow.
In overtime.
Well, do you know how much I pay attention to ACC?
I know
and their
you
results?
don't.
That'd be 0 because it's the worst conference in football.
It is bad.
At least the Pac-12's average. You know what I mean? At least they're just all average. The ACC has one team and then a bunch of teams down here.
Well, the Pac-12's worse than the ACC, to me.
I don't know.
And what can't
from
Oregon
top
State,
to bottom?
Oregon
from
State
top to
beats
bottom,
Cal.
though. From top to bottom, though.
Yeah,
they're all average. That's what I'm saying. They're at least all average. Whereas you look at the ACC and You just got a bunch of crap teams in the ACC outside of maybe 3. You could say maybe Wake Forest, Virginia, and Clemson. Pitt, maybe. But who knows with those teams because they're playing all the other ones.
As bad as you say the Pac-12 and ACC are, Oregon now goes into Washington, comes from 14 down, wins that game. Does Oregon have a chance to make the playoff?
No. That'd be in that.
0.
Yeah, because you're going to have some one losses from the either SEC or Big Ten, I think, that would get in over them. Even if your one loss is Auburn, though.
Champion.
Well, I think Oregon is really depending on Auburn to play well.
Well, let's say Auburn beats LSU. Let's say Auburn ends up with 1 loss.
Then Oregon, yeah. Depending on who else loses, though. I mean, if Ohio State, Clemson, and Oklahoma went out, then no, they're not getting in. You know?
Oklahoma and Ohio State got a great – and Clemson, all 3 of those have a great chance to win out.
Here's a scenario for you, okay? Let's say Georgia beat South Carolina last week.
Georgia
would have beaten
beats.
Them, okay? So they're sitting at undefeated. Florida lost to LSU.
Now, wait a minute. We're going back and changing?
We're just changing things, but I'm just asking you who you think would get in this scenario, okay? So Georgia –
that has absolutely no chance of happening.
But Georgia then loses to Florida, so they're sitting at 1 loss. Florida's sitting at 1 loss. Let's say Alabama and LSU beat Auburn just for this scenario. LSU beats Alabama. LSU goes SEC championship undefeated against Florida. Florida then beats LSU, and you've got 4 teams sitting at 1 loss. Well, then let's say Clemson would have lost North Carolina. Ohio State and Oklahoma pull their normal, lose to somebody they shouldn't. Do 4 SEC teams get in?
No.
They'd be the best 4 in the country if you ask me.
Not even, no.
But at least 2 get in right there.
Yeah, 2 probably would.
What about 3?
I don't think so. Too much fatigue. I mean, they would manipulate it so that would not happen.
Now, what if the same situation happened in the Big Ten with Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Penn State? Do you think they would push to get 3 Big Ten teams in?
I think 2 is going to be the limit for any conference.
Ever?
I mean,
certain scenarios.
If there's ever a chance, it's going to be the
SEC. If they're all sitting there with 1 loss and then those teams would have 2, then you have to put the 4 in.
Yeah,
I guess.
But that's not going to happen.
No. But it still would have been cool.
It would have been interesting.
And to me, that has to show who the best conference. And I mean, we already know, but I mean, that's proof right there. If you have 4 one-loss teams, and then let's say Auburn's sitting there and their only losses would have been to those teams, and let's say they're close games like they were against Florida, close one against LSU. I mean, that's 5 teams to me that you could make an argument are the best 5 in the country.
It's true. Again,
and then let's say Auburn beats LSU, and then they would have beaten Alabama, and they're in that scenario. I mean, you could have it that way too. So,
and that's actually feasible. So
for sure.
We'll see what happens there. The World Series begins tomorrow.
Greatest pitching matchup since 1912.
Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer.
Yeah, statistically the greatest pitching matchup since 1912.
When? 1912. Who was in 1912?
I don't even
Christy
remember.
Mathewson?
But this is the first time since then that you've had at least 5 pitchers with a 5 WAR or above. Wins above replacement.
Yeah.
You got 6 of them, 3 on each side. The top 3 on both sides.
You think it will be a good
That's going to be a great
7-game World Series?
I think it's going to be a good 5-game Houston Astros 4-1 win. That's what I think. Offense is better. Yeah. Nats were the hottest team probably going into it, but they've had to cool off. They've had a week now, basically, to cool off.
They go in and beat Garrett Cole.
Oh, it changes things. And they got what? I mean, they got Scherzer matching up against them, so you got to like your chances with him on the mound, that's for sure. Anytime he's pitching, I'd be pretty confident.
Yeah. That was glorious to see Altuve hit a home, hit a 2-run homer. I mean, that was just to beat the Yankees and to do it off of Chapman. That was just that was great.
He hung a 87-mile-an-hour or 84-mile-an-hour slider. Can't do that to a guy like Jose Altuve.
No.
You can't really do it to anybody in that lineup, though.
That's true.
They can hit.
Did you think that Astros had blown it? They were going to.
Well, I'll be honest with you. It was 4-2, and then I checked again, and it was 6-4 final, and I didn't know what happened. We were at the game Friday night, so I was trying to keep up with it on my phone. I was like, well, 4-2 in the 6th or 7th. I was like, Astros are going to win it.
Yeah, they blew. LeMahieu 2-run homer in the ninth. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for us on the Auburn Blitz on this Monday, but we'll be here with you on Tuesday as well. Be sure to join us then. A lot to talk about this week. We'll be setting up Auburn and LSU. Huge matchup in Baton Rouge on Saturday. the playoffs begin this coming Saturday. For Caleb Brooks, I am Andy Graham saying so long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.